Hello, future officers. Welcome back to Budding Marinas English. This is Surya, your mentor, and today's video is, I would say, a little different from whatever we make, like informational videos or the update videos. It is not like that. So we will be properly, I would say, guiding you or diving into the world of interviews, I would say. So we'll discuss about few of the most asked non-technical questions, which is your HR round, or I would say the personal questions which you would face in an merchant navy interview for your sponsorship examination, or even in your institute examination for your BSc, BTech, DNS, whatever it is. So all these questions and how to answer that, what all points to add in it, what all not to say, what all to say, all these things we will be discussing, and what all are the like common mistakes which students, most of the students make at the time of interview. All these things we will be having a look at. So before that, if you want to train yourself properly for your upcoming interviews, especially for the upcoming February batch, you can just call me in this number to inquire more about our sponsorship preparatory batch, or you can just fill out the Google forms in the description below, and I will be explaining each and everything about our preparatory series. Okay, now first of all, let's see why the companies or why the interviewers ask you the non-technical questions. The main and the important thing is to check your confidence. How you talk, how you look when you talk, how you sit when you talk, what your hands are doing when you're talking, and what your head is doing when you're talking. All these things do matters. So whenever you go into an interview room, you open the door, you enter. Till the second you enter the room, you are being judged by 2, 3, or 4 of the interviewers, whatever number of the interviewers are sitting. So you are being judged and evaluated by the time you enter, the second you enter, and till the second you just exit out of the room. So that is the entire cycle. So whatever you do, whatever any small movements, any small actions, whatever you do, everything is being judged, everything is being checked, everything is being evaluated. So they just want the proper right candidate with all the officer like qualities. So we say that officer like qualities. So communication skills, that is an important, and to see your attitude and watch your personality, and to see if you're disciplined leader, if you have a leadership, if you are a team worker. So to see all these things, basically interviewers or company ask you all these personal questions. And what are the common mistakes which students make in these? So the main question or the main mistake what they make is that talking too fast. One, they will be not understanding it. Two, whoever sitting in front of them is not understanding it. Three, no one is understanding it. So speaking too fast without proper clarity and confidence, so that is one of the main reason or one of the main mistake which you guys make. And again, giving memorized or artificial robotic answers you do, right? Hello, good morning, my name is Surya and I'm coming from Kerala. I have completed my, that is not how you do it. So the main problem is your confidence level. The main problem is how fast you speak, the pace which you speak, the volume which you speak. All these things matters, and how you correct it, how you practice all these by giving proper mock interviews and taking interview classes. So these are the two things which will obviously improve yourself, improve on how you give your mock interviews. And also poor body language. If you're just sitting like this or putting your hands in your pocket while sitting, or you're sitting like this and giving the interviews, it's not the way, it's not the right way to give an interview. So you are supposed to use your hands. If you are not using your hands, you're supposed to keep it on your lap while you are talking. Use your hands, use this much area. You are not going to talk like this, right? Use this area, this is where your hand should be. So that is how you should be talking. Okay, that is how you should be performing in an interview. So poor body language, posture and eye contact. Yes, you won't be sitting like this in interview. You'll be sitting stern by just leaning into your chair or sofa, whatever it is. That is how you talk. Now let's see how to answer your non-technical questions. So the first important point is to be honest and natural, speak clearly and confidently, as we said. Then keep answers short and structured. If you pull your answers too long, the interviewers will be getting bored, as they will be taking at least 50 to 70 interviews, even 100 plus interviews a day. So you don't want to make them bored, which will later then affect on your interview result. So showing your positive attitude is an plus mark, and maintaining good eye contact and body language. And yes, you can take time to think. You can take time before you speak. You can ask them permission for to think. Sir, can I think for a minute? Sir, can I think for 30 seconds? You ask it, take your time, then start answering. That is the most professional way of doing that. Non-technical questions which are most commonly asked. So the first question is, tell me about yourself. So this is most probably the first and the foremost question you get asked in the interview. So this is the question, and what answer you give it to it can lead into what are the upcoming questions. Okay, so by the end of it, they start the next question. So whatever you say here is really important. The cross questions, all these comes from the first answer itself of yours. So in tell me about yourself, what you're supposed to do, first of all, greet them. Good morning sir, good evening ma'am, or good morning everyone. And you state your name, where you're from, your age, and where you have done your 10th and 12th from, whatever marks you have got. You can tell a little bit of briefing about your family, who all are in your family. Just don't lengthen it, just keep it short, max to max 1 minute I would say. If your framing is very much interesting, you can take it up to 1 minute 30 seconds also. And yes, you can just mention your hobbies as well. Now the important question again, why do you want to join merchant navy? So everyone has their own reasons, right? So it doesn't mean that my reason would not be your reason, and this person sitting next to you, his reason will be not your reason, right? So everyone will be having different reason. So some of you might want to earn money in a young age. Some of you might have to get financial stability at a young age. Some of you might have to travel around the world. Some of you might have to earn in dollars. So all these things depends, but these are all some of the points, right? You will be having a quite good reason of why you joined this particular profession. Okay,
If you are someone who is looking for English classes for IMUCET and sponsorship preparation and want to join Merchant Navy, there is a link in the description. Fill out that Google form.
so in this question you have to acknowledge the responsibilities and the risk which is included in merchant navy, in joining merchant navy, which shows that you are having a clear idea of what merchant navy is and what all you will be doing in the future, just not the money and traveling around the world and not the adventurous life. Okay, then again, not a 9 to 5 job, but just be careful by saying this sentence. It is not a 9 to 5 job, but yes, it can be a 24 hours job as well. Okay, and you can show your passion, your commitment, whatever, childhood, any situation which lead you to join the merchant navy. So what I used to say is that, as I was from the coastal region of India, which is in Kerala, I always had an fascination and interest towards the water, the ocean, the ships and all. So I used to see the ships and all, right? So that had an good impact in me to join shipping, to become a merchant navy officer. So that was what I used to say in my interviews and all. So it depends from person to person. So make your answers, frame your answers accordingly. Now the next question is that why you don't want to pursue your hobbies as your career. So you might have said your hobbies in the first question, right? So continuing with that, you might get asked this question. So you have all these hobbies. You like cycling, you like reading, you like painting, you like singing, you like dancing. All these things are there. You love all these things to do, but then why you do not pursue a career in those industry and coming to the shipping? That is a good question where most of the students get stuck in. So you have to just let them know that your hobbies, your interest, and what you like pursue to wish to build a career in are entirely different. You really love what you do in your free time and you want to keep it just as an hobby, just so because it is not an responsibility. Okay, did you are you getting what I'm saying? So basically you're doing something because you love it, right? So you can do whenever you want. So whenever you get exhausted, whenever you're stressed about something, you do that particular thing and you get an like sukoon. You will be getting a peaceness, right? You will be joyful, you will be happy by doing that particular thing. So you just want to keep it as it is. So whenever you are exhausted in life, whenever you are stressed in life, you use your hobbies, your singing, dancing, whatever it is, as an stress relief or your stress buster. That is what I used to say. You might have your own answers as well. So just add these points. You can as I said, explain the difference between your passion, profession and responsibility, but keep in mind that don't disrespect your hobbies or like contradict your hobbies while answering this question. Now the next question is, tell me about your strength and weakness. So the main thing is that whatever you set as your hobbies or whatever achievements you set in the first part, which is in your tell me about yourself, you can connect these two things into strength and into your strength. Okay, so basically you can say that I've been the captain of my football team for the last 2 years in my schooling. So through that I have achieved like the inter-school championship as an school team captain. So by doing that for the last 2 years, I've built a good amount of sportsman spirit. I've built a good amount of leadership, and I know how to work in a team. So all these qualities or all these strength you got from that specific hobby of your or your achievement. So you can interlink these things. Okay, so if you are in your NCC, Scout and Guides, all these forces are there, right? So you can interlink those things and make it as your strength and weakness, and make sure that all these strength or whatever qualities you are showcasing is specifically what needed for an officer. So your strength and your strength should be related to qualities required in a tech cadet, or I would say in an officer. So basically showcase what all qualities you are that are officer like qualities. That is what you should be doing. And about weakness, just don't say no sir, I'm not having any weakness, or sir, I don't know. That shows your lack in interest in yourself only. So if you don't know whatever weakness you have, what are you improving on, what are you working on, how are you making yourself better day by day, that is not an officer like quality, right? So weakness should be there. Every man has a weakness, every human in this planet has a weakness. No one is perfect, right? The interviewer knows that, you knows that, so whom you are lying to? So say that you had these weaknesses. You had like public speaking fear, but I used to participate in the English club in my school, which made it better, or I am making myself better by hosting some events, society events, or like my school events I am hosting myself. So I am making myself better each day. So that is how you can showcase your weakness, but in a positive way. Okay, so make sure that you state your weakness, but again state a method or state a path in which you are trying to make it better. Okay, the last question, responsibilities of a tech cadet. I wouldn't say it is a non-technical or HR based question, but it is one of the most asked question in an interview. So you can, I would just read the points out. Assisting officers in navigation and bridge watchkeeping duties, learning cargo operations, safety procedures and ship maintenance, maintaining deck equipment and ensuring cleanliness of the vessel, participating in mooring, anchoring and emergency drill on board, following orders of senior officers with discipline and professionalism, maintaining training records and learning daily ship operations, adapting to teamwork, long working hours, and sea life discipline. And the most important part of the responsibility as a deck cadet is that to learn. To learn what the senior officers of yours is. So whatever your third officer's duty is, learn that. How to become a disciplined officer, learn that. So the basic and the least duty, I would say, or the least responsibility of a deck cadet, I would say, is to learn, and the openness and the grasp to learn new things and the urge to learn new things. That is what basically, and that is the least what an deck cadet is in need. And yes, these are some of the common challenges which you guys, the aspirants in interviews, face: nervousness, difficulty to speak fluent English, poor communication and body language, and fear of cross questioning. So you might have not prepared for that particular question, but suddenly the question is up and you are stuck again. Giving memorized answer and robotic answers, as I said. Lack of proper knowledge about merchant navy and how to get that. You have to work on your ship knowledge and maritime GK. Inability to answer unexpected questions calmly. Again, low self-confidence due to weak academic or a drop year. So whenever you are a dropper, that question is fixed. Why you did take a drop year, why you didn't get selected the last year, all these things you can expect. So let's see how budding mariners at here we help you in your interview rounds, or what difference we make from you studying by yourself for an interview and studying with budding mariners. We provide unlimited one-on-one mock interview practice, that too company specific. Yes, company specific interview preparation. We'll providing English classes, spoken English classes, personality development classes, and how to dress, what attire to wear, what should be the length of your hair, what shoes you'd be wearing, what socks you should be wearing. All these things we will be having a personalized guidance on you. And yes, for your CV building we will be helping you, and whatever company specific doubts you have, for all the company specific preparation which you get are from the cadets or the officers who are sailing right now in that particular company. Okay, so you will be having different groups for company specific preparation. In all that, the company specific head, that is, we will be assigning you some officers from that specific company only to do your training. So that is how we train at budding mariners here. So if you want to train with us, or if you want to get more guidance or knowledge for your interview preparation, you can just call me in this number. This is my personal number itself. So I'll be attending the call. We will be having a talk, a one-on-one mentorship, or just you can go down in the description, you can just fill out the Google forms and my team or even myself will be contacting you. So that's it. I hope you got a good idea of what all questions to expect in your interview, that too especially in the personal questions round. Okay, that's it. So if you have any doubts, you can just ask in the comments also. Okay, yes, let's wind up this session. Thank you for watching. Just give me a thumbs up and take care. Bye bye, all the best.